around the outside. So once we've done the initial math for the box, this gets really easy because all you need to do is just measure 7.3 in on all sides. So you just measure in the depth of your lid, okay? So I will show you how. So have our base board ready to go. And as I said, we're just measuring in this case, our box is 7.3. And as I said, if anybody wants to come closer to see, by all means. Don't be shy, you can come closer. Okay. All right, so now we're starting with the basic shape that we started with on the initial diagram, okay? So, as I've said, I want this to be a drop front box. So if I'm doing a drop front box, I'm going to be getting rid of these two tabs. So you can put your drop front over here, but then it's kind of weird because you only have a small, narrow drop front. You want a wide surface to eventually put your hand in the box. And we're going to be doing tabs out of this corner. So I'm just getting it ready to go. I'll hold it up so everybody can see, okay? So make things easy. I'm going to start with cutting in this case, and you'll see why in a sec. So I'm only going to cut out my corners for the drop front, only. Okay? Just a lot of cutting, just a lot of cutting. All right. So what I want to do, as I said, going back to the corners, is I want the corners to tuck nicely behind each other and not hit when you go to glue them together. So in order to do that, I want to move them in, the corner in a thickness of board. So you can sit there and measure 3 millimeters, but that's kind of a pain. Instead, I like to use a scrap. So with the piece that I've just cut off, so you can see, I'll show the camera first. So I'm going to line up my cut board with the line I have for the corner. So I'm just going to hold that in place, and I'm going to use my pencil and draw a line. Okay, so that will give you your 3 millimeter width. So to show that again upright, so I'm just holding this up using the scrap. I hold it up against the line. It's always tricky to demonstrate upright. And then I'm just drawing on the other side in order to mark where my thickness of board is. So this is going to be the line that I score, not the original pencil line. So if it helps, for those who have an eraser, you can go and erase this line, or I'm just going to draw a little X on it so I remember. Don't score on that line. So now the lines that we're going to score is this one down here at the bottom. Side, the new line we scored across, the new line we scored across. Okay. And it's okay if it's a little bit crooked. It's just an eyeball to figure out. You just want it over a little bit. And like we did before when we were working on the spacers, it's okay if when you're scoring, you puncture through the top layer of paper. Absolutely fine. And it's okay if you score on a line that you're going to eventually cut. So now I've done all my scoring and you can see my new line. So now I'm going to cut, and the question I get is usually, where do you cut the corner? Our original corner was here. However, we now have this new corner because of this score line. So you can either start your diagonal in the new corner that you've made and go across, or you can cut straight and up. It doesn't matter, both will achieve the same outcome. And no one's gonna see this because it's gonna be inside your box. So I'll do one of each so you can see. So you can either go straight and then across. Sorry, I didn't cut the side yet. Okay, so that's right in there. Or we can cut right from the new corner across. It doesn't matter. Okay? So after you've done your scoring, you can start to fold and your pieces will just fit. Okay, so you see you have a nice corner when you go to glue. It doesn't hit